Good evening, everybody. I'm Kim Michelle. Namaste. Welcome to Wednesday Wind Down Yoga. And we're going to start on our backs. So go ahead and lie down. If you have blocks, maybe you want to put them underneath your thighs, or if you're feeling anything in your lower back, you can bend your knees. So let's go ahead and close our eyes, or gently relax our eyes. And we'd like to put our hands on our belly. And we'll take one big inhaling breath through our nose. And a big exhaling breath through our mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now return to your natural organic breath. And as you're breathing, as you inhale, the stomach expands and you feel your hands rising on your belly. Inhaling, and as you exhale, you find your hands coming down, belly button to your spine. And today, we're going to think about having peace and how everyone wants peace. Countries want peace, families want peace. We want peace in our homes, peace in our relationships, and in our spirits. I've prayed and asked God for peace more times than I can count. Philippians 4, 6, and 7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." But how do we stop worrying and being anxious? Sometimes, just because I tell myself not to be anxious, that doesn't always stop my anxiousness. I know that I can give God my worries, but how do I stop that racing mind? The practice of being still and breathing helps. Tonight, we'll do an awareness meditation to help calm our mind. So as your eyes are closed and you're gently breathing, notice what's going on in your environment. What do you hear? What do you smell? What does the air around you feel like? Is it cool? Is it warm? Now that we're noticing what's around us, name some things that you sense. Try to use one word for each item, like if you hear a car outside. Name it and release it. When you become aware of things in your environment, a lot of times that takes your mind off of what's going on inside of your head. So that's a way to alleviate the racing mind and the worrying mind, just by noticing your environment. Now I want you to point your toes and lift your hands up over your head and stretch, stretch, stretch on the inhale and release on the exhale. Let's roll over to our side and bend those knees in. So if you're in a fetal position, and take your top hand and press that hand into the mat and come into your easy seat. And hello everybody, namaste. And we're starting our practice, our asana practice now. So we'll start out and we're gonna warm up our neck. We'll rotate our neck to our right side and hold it. And inhaling and exhaling. On the inhale, bring the head forward. On the exhale, look over the other shoulder. And just hold it there for a couple of breath cycles. Inhaling to the front and exhaling over to the right side. Breathing in and out. Inhaling to the front, exhaling over to the left side. Inhaling to the front. Now let's look down at that right underarm, stretching out the back of your neck. Remembering to breathe gently. Inhaling the head up, and exhaling the head over, looking down at the left underarm. Inhaling the head up. Now let's think about, we're looking at a clock, and our nose is going to start up looking at noon, and we'll come over and look at 3, rotating the head down to 6, over to 9, up to midnight, over to 3, down to 6, over to 9, up to midnight. Let's look the other way, over to 9, 6, 3, noon, 9, 6, 3. All right. Now let's do a little bit of seated cat-cow. We'll bring our chest forward, breathing in. Exhaling, rounding the back, belly button to spine. Inhaling forward. And exhaling back. Inhaling the chest forward. Exhaling, rounding the back. Now let's do a little bit of a stomach churn. And you can feel our sit bones on the mat. We'll just take our hands on our knees and rotate around, warming up that lower spine, getting all the synovial fluid in there. You might hear a few cracks if you're tight. Let's come back the other way. The inhale is forward, and the exhale is back. Now let's bring our arms over our head on the inhale, exhaling the hands down. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling the arms down. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling that left hand to the right knee, and the right hand behind you. Inhaling, lifting your spine up straight. Exhaling, twist, looking toward the back. Don't twist too hard. Inhale, elongating the spine. Exhaling, gentle twist. Inhaling, sitting up straight. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling, sitting up straight. Exhaling, coming back to the front. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the right arm down to the left knee and the left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling, elongate that spine, sit up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling, sitting up. Exhaling back to the front. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling that right arm down to the mat. Leaning the left arm up. Both of our hip bones are down on the mat. We're breathing, inhaling and exhaling, opening up that side body. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. We're not turned over to the front. We are our chest is open, looking up if we want. If your neck feels good to look up. So let's inhale that top arm up, bend over, exhaling over to the opposite side. Remembering to keep our hips down on the mat. Side body is opening, elongating our neck also. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling the arm up and exhaling the arm over. Now we're going to warm up our wrists. We're going to rotate them in circles. One way. Rotate them the opposite way. Let's take the right arm and have the fingers pointing to the ceiling. And pull them in toward your body, stretching out that wrist from typing too much at work. Our little carpal tunnel can get aggravated. Also bring the fingertips down to the ground, pull it in toward you. Do our opposite hand, fingertips toward the ceiling. Use the hand to bring them in close to you. Bring the fingertips down toward the ground. Bring them in toward you. Open and close the hands. Alrighty, now let's take our feet here and open up our hips. So we'll hold a knee in one hand and our foot in the other, and we're just opening it up, rocking it like it's a baby. You want to do like a little circle in there. Now let's thread our fingertips to our feet. And flex and point the foot with the hand. Now let's make a little circle on the ankle, warming up that ankle one way. Bring the ankle the opposite way. Put that right foot down. Lift up the left foot, threading the fingers through, or well, let's rock it first. Rock that baby back and forth. Rotate it in a circle. One way, and the other way. Let's rest the foot on the knee, threading the fingers through the toes. Some people can do this easily, and the toes do open up after you do this for a while. So pointing the toes with your hands and flexing them, warming up the fascia in your foot. You ever had plantar fasciitis? This is a really good stretch for that. So now let's rotate the ankle one way. Rotate the ankle the opposite way. All right. Our wrists are warmed up, our feet are warmed up. So let's come over to our tabletop position. And when we're on the table, our hands are directly beneath our shoulders. Our fingertips are gripping the mat. Our knees are directly under our hips, and the tops of our toes, feet are flat on the mat. And we are going to inhale our chest forward into our cow, and our hips are tilted. Exhale, rounding the back, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhaling the chest forward. You're looking at the top of your mat. You're not cranking your head up. You want your neck to be nice and long. Exhaling the chin to the chest. Inhaling. Your tummy is engaged. Your solar plexus are all engaged. Sometimes when you're doing that cow, the tummy will relax. Exhale into cow. Now do a few on your own breath. Inhaling into that cow. Now let's look to the right and try to look at that right toe, getting a nice C in the hip, opening up the hip. And now come over and do a C toward the opposite side. And you can inhale and exhale each time you look at a different foot. Now let's rotate our hips in a circle. Forward. Let's come the opposite way. Lean our hips back down onto our heels. This is our child's pose. We can rest our head on the mat or on our fist, depending on the warmth and the flexibility of your spine right now. This is a great place to rest in the practice if you're ever out of breath. Child's pose. All right, let's bring our hands underneath our head and tuck our toes and rock back till we are on our toes and we are in a closed leg squat. We can rock back and forth on our feet. We are stretching our calves and the Achilles. Maybe your heels reach the mat, maybe they don't. Just depends how your body is made. So now we are going to press our hands into the mat and reach our hips up to the sky. Our legs are bent. We are in our first forward fold. Our belly is resting on our thighs. You can clasp your elbows, and we're in a rag doll. You can lean to one side, kind of rock around. Your neck is really relaxed. Head weighs about 11 pounds. It's like the size of a bowling ball. All right, so place your hands on the mat and walk your hands up your legs slowly as we come to a standing position. Reaching our vertebrae up, one vertebrae at a time. Our head will be last. We are in mountain pose. So we're going to walk to the front of our mat slowly. Each step will feel for 4 corners of our feet. 2 corners in the front, 2 corners in the back. We are in our mountain pose. We have all 4 corners of the feet pressing into the ground. Our arches of our feet are lifted. Our hands are shining forward. Our pelvis is down, like if we were to have a tail that would weigh us down, or that butt is not arched. Up, our collarbones are open. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. And inhale your hands up. Exhaling, leaning forward, hinging at the hips, coming down to a forward fold. Hang here for 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale into a flat back, 90 degrees position. Our hands are on our shins, our back and our hips are at 90 degrees. Our head is looking straight down at the mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale into forward fold. Bend your knees, press your feet into the ground, reach your arms up over your head. And exhale through prayer pose, hinging at the hips into our forward fold. Inhaling into flat back. Exhaling into forward fold. Inhale, press the knees, feet into the mat, reaching the arms up overhead. Coming down through our prayer. Exhaling, hinging at the hips into forward fold. Inhale into flat back. Exhaling the hands down, stepping the right foot back. We're in a lunge, low lunge. Inhale, exhale that knee down. So, we're going to lean into this lunge, stretching out our hip flexor. Stay here for 2 breath cycles. Now let's lean our hips back. And we're going to stretch the back hamstring of our left leg. Our back is straight, and we're just leaning over. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale. And exhaling. Let's bring that foot back. So we are now on our knees. We're going to reach our hands out and come into a modified plank. Inhale. And exhaling the body all the way down to the mat. So we'd like to have our hands on our chest line. Our elbows are tucked into the body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale into baby cobra, lifting the head and the shoulders. Exhaling the hips back into our child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Let's tuck the toes and lift the hips up. Keep the knees bent some. And we are in our first downward dog of the day. Let's walk and each heel up and down, walking that dog, stretching out the Achilles. We're going to twist the hips from side to side. Now let's figure out where our down dog should be. That means come into your plank right from the down dog. If you're not in a comfortable plank, step your feet up, out, and your shoulders out. Plank should be perfect coming into your down dog. So once you have a comfortable plank, lift the hips back up into down dog. Now with this down dog, we want to tuck our chin and look in between our thighs. Our fingers should be gripping the mat, and our ear should be by our biceps. Our shoulders should not be hunched. Those collarbones should be wide, and the shoulders are strong. Inhale, and exhale. Now let's walk our feet up toward our hands. Into that forward fold. And press the feet into the mat. Bring the arms up. Let's come up our overhead to our extended mountain. Bring the hands down to the chest. Hinge at the hips on the exhale into the forward fold. Inhale into flat back. Exhale, hands down. Let's step back with the left leg. We are in our lunge. Inhale. Exhale the knee down. Let's hang out in this low lunge here, opening up the left hip flexor. Now let's straighten that right leg, leaning over that heel, stretching out the right hamstring. Back is straight, not rounded. We want straight back. Let's bring the foot back. We are on our knees. We're going to bring our arms out forward. We are in our modified plank. We'll inhale, leaning a little bit forward. Exhale, bringing our body all the way down to the mat. Hands are at the chest line. Inhale, exhale. Elbows tucked in. Inhale, lift the head and the chest into baby cobra. Exhale the hips back to the feet. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up to the sky. Here are our down dog. Again. Figure out if our down dog is the right length. Come into plank. Adjust the hands if you need. Lift the hips back up to down dog. Collarbone is open. Fingertips are gripping the mat. Ears are between the biceps. Looking up in between your thighs. Inhale. Exhale into the mouth. Inhale into the nose. Exhale into the mouth. All right, bend the knees. Look up at your hands and step your feet up forward toward the top of the mat. Inhale into flat back. Exhaling, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhaling, reach the hands up over the head. Exhaling the hands to prayer position. Hinge at the hips, coming into our forward fold. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, reach the hands down. Step forward with the right leg. Now, let's get our feet positioned nicely. Imagine we are on a railroad track. Right hands on one and right foot are on that one track. And the left foot is on the other track. We're going to inhale and bring our body up. And our hands are resting on our left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the arms up over our head. We're in our crescent pose. Our head's lifted up toward the sky. Our shoulders are relaxed. Inhaling. Exhaling. Now let's bring our heel down, and our left back foot is going to be parallel to the back of our mat. Our left foot is still facing forward. Our hips and our body are facing each other in the camera. So inhale, exhale the hands out. Inhale, exhale the head looking over the front fingers. Inhale, exhale. In an ideal world, our top left thigh would be parallel to the ground. If you have any kind of knee injury, that's not possible. So let's inhale our hands up, front hand up toward the sky. Exhale. Let's inhale that hand up to the sky. We can take the back hand and rest it on our leg. Inhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale over to our side angle. Let's place that top forearm on the thigh. Reach the hand overhead. We have a nice long diagonal line coming from fingertips down to our feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the body up to warrior two. Now let's rotate our foot toward each side of the mat. So each of our feet are facing the short edges of the mat. We're in a wide leg pose. Our hands are on our hips. And now let's inhale and reach our body down with a flat back and stop halfway. Inhale, holding that core in. Exhale, releasing the body all the way down. Hands come down to the mat. We are in a wide leg forward fold now. Inhaling, and exhaling. Inhaling, and exhaling. Now let's bring the hands back up to the hips. Inhaling toward a flat back. Exhaling. Inhaling the body all the way up till we are straight down. We're going to turn our feet back and we'll just step our foot up to the front. We're in our mountain. Let's inhale our hands up overhead and exhaling to our forward fold. Hinging our hips. Inhaling to flat back. Exhaling the hands down to the mat, stepping back with the left foot this time. Inhaling and exhale. But remember, we're on those railroad tracks. Our left hand and our left foot are on the same track. Our right foot is on the other track. So let's inhale up to we're resting our hands on our right thigh, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now let's inhale our hands over our head, and exhale. This is our crescent pose. I'm going to turn the opposite way so I don't have my back to you. So now let's take our back foot and rotate the heel down. So our back leg is parallel to the short end of the mat. Our right leg and knee are facing forward. Our bodies are facing the long side of the mat. You may be facing me, or maybe your opposite knee. So let's have our hands on our hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands out. So they are reaching out from side to side, each opposite end of the wall. Inhale. Exhale. exhale, turn the head and look over the front. Inhale. Exhale. Ideally, the front thigh is parallel to the ground. So let's inhale and rotate that hand up toward the sky. Exhale. Inhale and lift the hands up to the sky, letting the left hand rest on the left leg. Exhale. Inhale. Opening up that side body. Exhale. Inhale. Let's come into our side angle, resting the forearm on that front leg. Exhaling the left arm up over our ear. We're in side angle. We have a beautiful diagonal from fingertips to our foot. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale back to our warrior two. Exhaling. Straighten up leg, front leg. Bring those feet toward the front. Now each of our feet are parallel to the short ends of the mat. Hands on our hips. Inhale. Exhaling to our wide leg forward fold. Hands on the ground. Place the left hand on the ground and place the right hand on our back. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's rotate toward the right side. Just our shoulders, not our hips, and reach that hand up to the sky. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling that right hand down to the ground. Let's inhale. Exhale, bringing that left hand to the back. Inhale. Twist the shoulders toward the left side and lift that left arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring that left arm down. Let's walk our feet in toward each other. So now the feet are a little bit wider than our shoulders. And we'll bring our heels in so our feet are at an angle, like a slew foot, like a duck foot. And let's try to bring our body down so we are in a squat. Your yogi squat may look like this, and that's a nice one. You have your elbows on your knees, opening up those hips with your elbows. You may want to come all the way down. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Great. Let's bring our hands down to the ground, lift the hips up. We're going to turn over, come down to our hands and knees. And we're going to swing our legs around. So we are now in our forward fold position, but sitting on our bottoms. So let's inhale our arms up. And with a straight flat back, let's reach out toward our toes. Maybe you touch your shins. Possibly you touch your ankles. Maybe you touch your toes. But keep that back flat, looking at like maybe a yard in front of your neck. Inhaling. Exhaling. Each exhale, you might come down a little bit further because the back is relaxed. Walk the hands up, the legs. Bring our right foot in to our inner thigh. And we're going to reach our right hand up and lean over. And we did a little side twist earlier, or side stretch earlier today. Our Our side body is open. We're not rounding in. Our chest is not facing our foot. Our side body is facing our foot. Inhaling the arm up. Bring that left foot in and extend the right foot out now. Inhaling the left arm up, leaning over toward that foot, opening up the side body. Inhaling the arm up, exhaling. Now let's bring both of our feet in. The soles of our feet are facing each other. We're going to clasp our feet and lean forward to our butterfly 5-asana pose. I'm having my back straight on this one. The neck, you're still looking down, you're not looking straight up. So that puts too much pressure on your neck, cervical spine. Each breath feels like I'm leaning closer and closer toward my feet as my hips are almost completely relaxed. Sit back up, bring our knees together, and we are going to bring our arms behind us, and knees are together, and we're going to lift one leg up and place it down. Other leg up, place it down. Both legs up. Are you balancing? Possibly you can bring your hands below behind your thighs. Core is engaged. Looking straight over those toes are pointed. Maybe lift your hands up. Inhaling. And exhaling. Hands can be behind your thighs, like also. Inhaling. And exhaling. Now grab your thighs, place the feet down, and slowly, let's bring our head down to the mat, lowering one vertebrae at a time. Bring knees in toward the chest. Rock them from side to side. Squeeze them in. Squeeze and hold. Let's bring the feet flat down on the mat. And we'll place our hands on the ground, flat on the ground. Bring the feet in so that your fingertips barely graze the back of your heels. And we're going to do some pelvic tilts first. Just going to lift the pelvis up on the inhale, and on the exhale, we'll place it down. Your hips should not come up higher than 1 inch. We're just trying to feel some movement and motion in the lower spine. As you're lifting hips up, your core is engaged. This time, let's come up a little bit higher. Lifting the hips up on the inhale, relaxing them all the way down. Lift the hips up. Relax on the hips down. This time we're going to lift the hips up and hold. We're going to make sure our knees are together. Inhaling and exhaling. Each inhale, lift the hips up a little bit more. Exhale, hold the hips. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, slowly, gently release the hips all the way down to the mat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let's lift those hips again on the inhale. Inhale, lift the hips all the way up and hold. Exhale and hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. One last time, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower the hips all the way down to the ground. Bring those knees into the chest. Release that pressure in the lower spine. Now let's relax the left leg straight. Squeeze that right leg into your body all the way. Now bring the left knee in. Extend the right leg all the way down to the mat, just squeezing the left knee into your chest. All right, let's bring this soles of the feet to the ground, knees to the ceiling. Now lift your right leg up and place your right foot on your left knee. This is called a figure 4 position. This is also a modified pigeon. So if you're in class and they're doing pigeon and you don't like that, you can take the figure 4. So now let's lift the left foot up and thread the fingertips through the back of the left leg and bring that left thigh in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Return the left foot down to the ground. The right foot on the ground. Lift the left foot and place that on the right knee. Inhale and exhale. Let's take the hands and thread them through to the back of the right thigh. Let's squeeze that in. Inhale and exhale. Release our hands, bringing the feet down on the mat. Let's bring your body all the way to the right side of the mat. And bring the knees into the chest. And take your hands and lower your knees over to the left. And now take your right arm and open it out in a T. You can take your top hand and pull on the legs if you like. That gives you a little bit more in that supine twist. You might want to look at your right hand, your right thumb. Twisting and stretching the whole bottom up from the base of the spine, all the way up in your mid back to the top. part of the cervical spine. Remember, I'm great here. Let's lift the knees back up. Now let's scoot the body over to the left side of our mat. Bring the knees in. Rotate them over to the right. Extend the hands out and look over at the left hand. I like to have my hand on my top leg just to get a little bit more of a pull. Bring the knees back up, and we're gonna get in the center of our mat. Bring the knees to the chest, and you can place your hands behind your thighs and open up those legs so the elbows are facing towards your underarms. This is a modified happy baby, stage 1. Stage 2, you could be reaching up to your feet and on the outside of your feet, pulling those knees in closer to your underarms. If you like, you can take your 2 peace fingers and grab your toes and bring them in. You want to lengthen each leg of the happy baby. Maybe your babies did this pose. I bet my little great nephew does this pose right now. Now let's release our legs. Take the feet down to the mat. Extend the legs open. Let each leg come to each corner. And take up all the space on the mat. Lengthen your neck. Place your hands on the belly. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, the belly falls. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale. Now breathe in Shavasana on your own breath rate. And just relax. Maybe you want your hands on your belly to feel it going up and down. Maybe you want them flat on the mat. But this is your rest. Now let's bring some awareness in our body. Let's point our toes and flex them. Point the toes, flex the toes. Open and close your hands as you point and flex the toes. Maybe rotate the ankles and the wrists. Let's inhale and reach your hands over our head and point our toes. And exhale, relax. Inhale and point, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, release. One last time. Inhale, stretch, 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 stretch. Exhale, release. On the inhale, let's come over to our favorite side. Coming into a fetal position. Resting the head on the bicep. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling And exhale. Now press your hand into the mat and bring yourself up to your easy seat with your eyes closed. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring your hands to your chest in a prayer position, and always remember that we are able to calm our minds and bring peace into our hearts with our inhale and exhale. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today. I thank each one of you for coming to practice with me today. I thank you, Lord, for connecting me to each of these lovely friends and for this practice of yoga. Inhale, exhale out, and may you go into this day with peace and may joy follow you everywhere you go. Namaste and amen, everyone.
Thanks, Michelle. That was great.
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate seeing you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Bye-bye. Thank you, girl. Come back again.
I will.
Okay. Bye-bye.